Hey YouTube, what's going on and welcome back to Chironis Things. Today we're going to be checking out a headlamp from Wurkkos. This is the HD12. Let's get into the unboxing. Let's start off with the dimensions on this flashlight. I'll go ahead and throw those up on the side of the screen. And for some size comparisons here, first off, let's look at it next to a tiny little keychain flashlight here, because this is running on a 14500, so this Wurkkos is pretty small. So here it is next to the AceBeam Keylight 500, and you'll see it's basically, its tube is the size of the keychain flashlight, and then just add the little head on top of that. And of course, this is square versus round, so it's kind of hard to compare them in any other capacity. But I will show you, I do have, instead of this being one 14500, this P2A from Lumitop takes two 14500s or two AA's. So let's take a look at that, and you'll see the difference here. So 1 versus 2 batteries there, significantly shorter. It is pretty small. The tail is a little bit bigger though on the Wurkkos. And the head is, of course, a little bit bigger as you would expect out of a 90-degree, but really not by much. For the battery and charging on this, this does come with a 14500 battery, and you can access that via the head or the tail. There we see a 14500, 900 milliamp, 3.7 volt Wurkkos branded battery. Now, one thing that's strange to me is that I did take the head off and put it here on the bottom. And all it's doing is swapping where the springs are located. So I flipped the battery and it does not work. So this can only work in this layout from what I can tell. All right, now that that's back on there, we also do have a battery indicator here on the button. For the design on this Wurkkos, this does have a magnetic tail, which is of course very nice on a right angle light. And we've got just kind of a spiraled tube here. The knurling sticks out quite a bit, makes it very easy to grip. And then you'll see the clip goes in right here underneath the head. So you are going to have the head sticking out of your pocket if you're going to clip this into your pocket, which is why I've tried to flip them around to see if that would work, but it did not work for me. I'm not sure why they put the clip here instead of just putting it here, because if that were the case, you'd only have about that much sticking out of your pocket. Otherwise, though, we do have, you see a one-way clip, a little bit deep pocket carrying how it curls up, but with that big head on there, not so much. We have a rubber flap there on the back covering that USB-C recharging port. We do have some little cutouts for heat dissipation. They're fairly small, but they are there. And then on the head here, you'll see we've got white LED emitters along with red LED emitters. On the top, we have a pretty fantastic button. This button is actually the same design that you're going to see on the bottom of the Sofran SC32. It's really nice. I like the grip on it. The only thing that I will say is, although the button itself is great, the switch underneath takes quite a bit to actually press it, meaning that there's a little bit of travel here before you actually get your click. And you can also get a little bit of play back and forth. So that's not great. I like a nice solid click. But otherwise, though, the button is Very nice design. I like that a lot. For the performance numbers, let's go ahead and put those up on the side of the screen. And now let's take a look at the user interface. Very simple user interface. Click on, click off. When you have it on, hold for stepped ramping. Goes from low through high. Double click for turbo. Triple click to get into red mode. You can hold from red mode to then again cycle low through high modes. You can triple click to get back out of that. And this does have, if you click from off, or if you take it back off and you hold, it does have a moonlight mode as well. And let's check out real quick off of high, turn it off, turn it back on. You'll see it turn back on high. Let's turn it down to low, turn it off, back on. And you see it does have memory mode. Now let's take this outside and see what it can do with some beam shots. I was sent 2 of these Wurkkos HD12s and also 2 of the Wurkkos HD01 Pros. So if you're interested in receiving both of those as part of a giveaway, comment on this video, comment on the video on the HD01 Pro when that gets released, and it gives you higher chances of winning this and the HD01 Pro because one winner off of the comments is going to receive both of these. Final thoughts on this Wurkkos HD12. In my opinion, it's actually one of their better headlamps. Personally, I'm not a huge headlamp guy anyways. I like all types of flashlights, but I'd say headlamps aren't my favorite category of flashlights. But I own the HD10 and I like this HD12 a lot better. The button is much better. I would say it even runs a lot better. And it's nice to have a little headlamp that you're running just a 14500 or AA on. That's just so convenient to have. So I think that this is actually a pretty good design. I just wish that the clip could be flipped around. But otherwise, it's got the white light, it's got the red light. It's not doing anything crazy or fancy. There's no gimmicks. It's just straight to the point, and this is what you need out of a right angle light. And the fact that the button is so good makes this a lot more pleasing to use, I guess. It makes me more likely to pick this up and carry it. So if you're looking for something inexpensive, I think that this is a great choice. As for price, I believe this is running somewhere around like $25 to $28 right now on Amazon. I'll include a link in my description. Definitely check it out if you do like right angle lights. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week.